Welcome to another Underdog Fantasy Best Ball 101. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I am Shannon Sommerville, and we are breaking down my guys of fantasy baseball, specifically Underdog Fantasy Best Ball. MLB season is right around the corner. We're less than a week away till we get going, so we have less than a week of best ball drafting to do. If you don't have Underdog Fantasy yet, make sure you download it and use the promo code LineStar so you can get up to $100 of your first deposit match. Make sure to take advantage of that because not only do you get $100 of your first deposit match, but also one free month of the LineStar app, which can help you crush it whether you play daily fantasy or you play pick'em. It's a great tool at your disposal. Check it out at linestarapp.com. And if you're watching this video, do us a huge favor. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below because it helps us out. And we've got a ton of content coming your way for not just best ball, but throughout the season. We'll be giving out free pick'em picks every single day for MLB season. And last season, we crushed it. Just going to brush it off there because we did pretty well on our picks last year. So hoping to carry that momentum into 2024 here. And as we talk about the 2024 season, we have a list of 6 my guys, so to speak. These are guys, I guess, that Tyler has really targeted when he does his best ball drafts. Is that correct? Like, how would you describe what made this list?
Most of them are some of my highest owned guys at each position. There are also guys that I wish I already have a lot and I wish I had more of.
Right. So we're breaking it down 2 per position. So 2 pitchers, 2 outfielders, 2 infielders that we really think, Tyler's been targeting. He wants more of them. You should consider targeting as well because maybe they're due for a bounce back. And we're not necessarily saying these players are sleeper players by any means. However, we do think that they meet the criteria for guys that you should be heavily targeting in your next Underdog Fantasy Best Ball draft. So let's get right into it. We've got 6 guys for you. And we're going to start off with our pitchers. And what better guy to start with than one of Tyler's favorite guys here, Joe Musgrove for the Padres. Got a little roughed up in his first start. I do have to say 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, just 2 strikeouts and 2 2/3. But hey, I'm kind of like not putting a lot of stock into that one, Tyler. He's had an excellent 2023. When he's healthy, he's dialed in. He's one of the best with the breaking ball. And he had 2 back-to-back 180 inning pitch seasons 2 seasons ago? He's fully capable when he is healthy of delivering, especially in those best ball categories. What do you think?
Yeah, last season he only had 90-something innings, but he started off with a freak injury, dropping a weight on his foot, missed a bunch of time, and then just never fully got into his rhythm. He pitched fine, pitched well, but just not the caliber that we've seen the last couple of years. And then he got hurt and sat out the rest of the season. And that was also about when it looked like the Padres didn't really have any chance. So they just sat him. He's coming in healthy. This is a guy that the last couple of years, mid-3s FIP, mid-3s expected ERA, mid-3s Sierra, which, is a good predictive stat here. But he's gone 180 innings plus in a couple different innings. And he's a guy that you can get in the round 9 or 10. But his numbers are up there with the guys going way above him. Grayson Rodriguez, Zach Eflin, Logan Gilbert, to name a few. All of these guys have similar FIPs, Sierras. And, Gilbert has just been way better as far as consistency with innings. The other guys aren't really proven either.
And when you look at the Padres, that's a great defense behind him. Not to mention, You're playing half your games at Petco Park, which is one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in the country. So gotta like that factor as well. All right, our next guy is also
deal with some good offenses, but
that is true.
He's a solid pitcher.
Another pitcher-friendly park. We'll head there, Seattle, and we're going to George Kirby. Mariners strike throwing machine, has immaculate control. Now, he could regress a little bit. Apparently, his walk rate was 2.5, which is like the best by starter since 2014. However, I like the spot here for Kirby, especially given the fact of where he plays. This is a place hitters hate playing because they can't see the ball as well. I just like the spot for George Kirby given where he's going. What are your thoughts on what is in store for him in 2024?
this is a guy that has been legit insanely good. He's big time prospect, and people forget he is still a prospect.
Yeah.
He is still young. He's still only a couple years into the league, and he's been absolutely ridiculous. Super low walk rate, as you mentioned, low xFIP, 3.55, career Sierra 3.55. We're waiting for his K rate to rise, though. In the minor
Mhm.
leagues, he was a 30% plus K rate guy. So far, he's been around 22%. We've seen that K rate sometimes, but it's just the consistency of those Ks haven't been there. I think that that is going to come, with, him learning how to pitch in the major leagues a little bit more. But this guy is also sixth in Cy Young odds
Mhm.
to be the AL Cy Young, but he's yet being the 14th pitcher
Wow.
drafted. He's just being drafted too low for his capabilities. He has like 7 pitches. He can do
That's
whatever he
insane.
wants with the ball. He's in a great pitcher park, and he's only going to be getting better. He is absolutely a guy that I'm targeting.
Sixth in Cy Young odds, but 14th off the board for pitchers. That is a crazy stat right there. All right, those are our two pitchers. Let's move to our infielders, and we're going to start things off with the Red Sox, which is a team that Tyler's been liking to target for in terms of stacks for best ball. But we're looking at Triston Casas. He had a breakout 2023 season, 263 average, 24 home runs. He's just 24 years old. And, just in spring training, hit a homer off my guy Carlos Rodon, who's on a couple of my best ball teams. Now, what's interesting about him is he kind of started off spring training kind of slow. He was like 0 for 11, had 5 strikeouts, but I guess he was dealing with an illness, so people were a little bit worried about how he's looking early, and then he just turned it on. 7 for 26, 2 home runs over the next couple at bats. So he's just fine, and I think he'll fit in quite nicely in Boston at Fenway Park. And we like all the guys at Fenway Park. What do you think?
Yes, I'm a big believer in drafting for ballpark a little bit. With the caveat is they have to be a decent offense.
Mm-hmm.
Boston absolutely fits in that. I like a lot of hitters here, but this is one of the things that's crazy to me about Triston Casas. All right, I got 2 players here. Player A,
Mm-hmm.
19% K rate, 9.9 walk rate, 2.92 BABIP, 124 WRC plus, 229 ISO, 54% hard hit rate. Player B, 25% K rate, so higher K rate, but a
Mm-hmm.
14% walk rate, higher walk rate, 317 BABIP, higher BABIP, 129 WRC plus, higher WRC plus, 226 ISO, 46% hard hit rate. Those 2 players are Rafael Devers and Triston Casas. So
Wow.
his numbers are almost identical to Casas with some of those
Wow.
advanced hitting stat, but yet he's going way, way later. He
That's
was
crazy.
26 in the league with ISO. The guys around him were Freeman, Devers, Sawinski, Christian Walker, Albies, Kyle Tucker, Bobby Witt, Harper. You're talking about some of the best hitters in the league, and his numbers are right there. And that was
Mm-hmm.
his rookie season.
That's insane. I feel like I need the mind blown emoji right now because that's kind of wild just seeing those numbers and the company that he's keeping right now. So, some really great value there. Let's keep it in the AL East here and just go to the Tampa Bay Rays. I think you're just trolling me because I'm a Yankees fan. But we'll go to Yandy Diaz, the Rays first baseman, who put up an AL leading batting average of 330 last season. No big deal. 22 home runs and 932 OPS, despite apparently he was battling a groin injury all of last season. And I think a big change for him and why we saw his numbers just completely pop last year was he changed his approach a little bit, started targeting pitches up in the zone a little bit more, and really started just his launch angle just improved vastly. So I think that's here to stay. What do you think?
I think it's here to stay. So there are 2 players that were top 10 in WRC plus in 2022 and 2023. One is Yandy Diaz, the other one, Freddie Freeman. So he is an
Wow.
absolutely elite
Mm-hmm.
company. His 2023 AL rankings: first in batting average, second in on base, third in WRC plus, third in WOBA, third in average exit velocity, and this is a guy that is being drafted as the number 30 infielder.
That is wild. That is just wild to me.
It's wrong. He needs to come up, and I am mad at myself for not having more of him.
We still got a week to do a bunch of drafts, so we can still target him now that we have been made aware of those stats. So make sure you go target those guys. All right, let's finish things off with our two outfielders, and we're going to start off with former Seattle Mariner, now Dodgers outfielder Teoscar Hernandez. He had a decent season last year, 26 home runs, 93 RBIs in 160 games, but he did kind of struggle a little bit, I want to say, in Seattle, and later admitted that, you know what, he was having a really hard time picking up pitches at T-Mobile Park, which when we talked about George Kirby playing in a pitcher-friendly venue, I mean, the hitters don't like it very much, and Teoscar Hernandez struggled as a result. Now he's going to one of the best ballparks in the country for home runs. This bodes perfectly for Teoscar Hernandez. He's in for a huge bounce back. Love his spot here. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, he's being drafted very high, but I think he should be. Mm-hmm. I think he's going a little low with the cliff of outfielders, though. I think he should be drafted before, Castellanos and that group of outfielders that he's around. But you're talking about a ballpark upgrade. You're talking about a huge offense upgrade. He was 14th last year in BABIP with having an off season. Zips has him for, 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. In Toronto, when he had, more hitters around him, he was a 130 to 142 WRC plus guy. And now you get a better ballpark for him. The other thing is in spring training, his K rate has dropped significantly. And I wonder if it is because of the Dodgers organization and how good they are at fixing little tweaks in a hitter or, a pitcher to make them that much better. We saw this with JD Martinez last year where everybody thought he was done. He was over the hill and he came back with a huge year. I think we're going to see another huge year from Teoscar.
Sometimes all it takes is a good player development coach or somebody in the personnel to just see something, change it, and then all of a sudden you're in for a breakout season. So that could be in store here for Teoscar Hernandez, who's already probably going to be mashing some homers at Dodger Stadium this season. All right, lastly, let's head again to the Red Sox. Now I know you're trolling me, Tyler. We're going to Tyler O'Neill, who in 2023 was dealing with a back injury. 2022 also dealing with a barrage of injuries. And one thing I read about Tyler O'Neill is now he's healthy, but he had been dealing with just his body kind of breaking down in general over the last couple of years. What he was doing was he was really into a lot of bodybuilding. And Tyler, I don't know if you know this, but his dad was actually a professional bodybuilder, was named Mr. Canada for his bodybuilding, prowess in Canada. But so he had to kind of just reevaluate his whole workout routine and what he was doing. So now he's, on a better program that's more conducive to maintaining his durability throughout the season. And a healthy Tyler O'Neill is going to be lethal at Fenway Park. What do you think?
I absolutely agree. So one of the things here is a major ballpark upgrade, but I also think you have an organization upgrade for him. I'm not saying the Cardinals are a worse organization than Red Sox, but for him, I think it's better. The Cardinals kind of gave up on him. They weren't playing him every day, would play him situationally a little bit instead of giving him the run. This is a guy that only a couple years ago had a 143 WRC plus, had over 30 home runs, had 15 stolen bases in a year. And unfortunately, it's one of the only years he's played over 130 games. If that new workout regime can kind of help him get back to that, I think you're looking for a possible giant upgrade for Tyler O'Neill, the good old Tyler bump.
There you go.
He's still only 29 years old. It's not like he's old. I know he's been around, for a while. He's been a fantasy baseball darling for years where guys have loved his, potential power, speed, upside. But, it could actually come into fruition this year. He needs to stay healthy. His hard hit rate is really high. He has the green monster in right, so he has that short porch. 80% of his balls are either to right or to left. Even if he doesn't get it over the monster, it's likely a double bouncing off the wall. So I like where he's at. I think he's going to get a ton of extra base hits, and I look for more home runs, more average.
It was just in 2021 that he finished 8th in NL MVP voting. If he can get back to even a semblance of that form, I think that's going to be awesome, especially at Fenway Park, as you were saying. So a lot of great guys on this list for you guys to target in your best ball drafts. Remember, do us a huge favor. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. And again, if you're not playing these Underdog Fantasy best ball tournaments, you got to get in on it. Download Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code LineStar. You'll get that $100 deposit match plus 1 free month of LineStar. So make sure to take advantage of that deal. And good luck in all of your best ball drafting. Make sure to check out our other videos. We've broken down roster construction, some sleeper picks that we have for you guys, late round values, plus stacks to target. We talked today a little bit about the Red Sox. That was one of the stacks that Tyler mentioned that he really liked to target. So we've got tons of videos. We've also got live drafts. You can take a look at how we've drafted so far. We'll do another one next week. So tons of content coming your way here on the LineStar YouTube channel. And again, check out the LineStar app if you play daily fantasy, if you're into Pick'em. We've actually got a tab on our Props AI tool that is specifically for Underdog Fantasy. So it's a great tool to help you make your best picks of the season, and baseball's fast approaching. So excited about our my guys here today. Hope you guys are too. Let us know who you guys like for the best ball season in the comments. And 1 week left. Good luck drafting. We'll see you next time here on the LineStar YouTube channel. Have a good one.
Good luck, guys.